I've been having a few problems with my sexual fantasies lately. It's quite distressing. I'll give you an example. Let's say I fancied having a nice long think about Jessica Alba. Now, when you want to stage a fantasy about a famous person, the first thing you need to do is determine how you would meet. And the most efficient way I've found of doing that is to imagine myself travelling in the same lift as them, or elevator for American viewers. And then, of course, the lift gets stuck between floors, and before you know it, you and Jessica Alba are having sex just to pass the time. And for my entire post-pubescent life, that kind of imaginary scenario has worked quite adequately. But the problem I'm having now is that I find myself asking how I would ever end up in the same lift as an A-list Hollywood starlet. I mean, especially alone. Jessica Alba's a hugely successful actress. She'd have people with her, surely. Some kind of entourage, perhaps even bodyguards. So before you can even get to the idea of being alone with her, you have to account for those people. Unless she has bodyguards like Colonel Gaddafi's bodyguards, in which case they could just join in. But another thing is, where is this poorly maintained lift that we both happen to be using? Is it in a hotel? Why would I be staying in the same hotel as Jessica Alba? I don't generally go to hotels. You see, it's not 100% impossible that this scenario could happen, but it does begin to seem very, very unlikely, and this is even before we get to the part where we make love. Would she even bring that up as a possibility? Would Jessica Alba say, "Well, Graham, it looks like we're going to be stuck here in this lift for some time. Why don't we have some lusty fun?" Actresses are notoriously insecure. Maybe she wouldn't want to suggest it because she'd be afraid of rejection. What kind of lift doesn't have an alarm system anyway? And how long would we have to be trapped before the need for sex with a stranger became unbearable? You'd think that water and food would be the priority. And if we've been in there for hours and hours without being able to contact anyone outside, we'd probably both be quite worried that something has gone terribly wrong with the building or the city, wherever it is, or maybe the whole world. Some kind of Day of the Triffids type situation that has confined us to this broken lift for the rest of our lives. And is the prospect of starving to death in a metal box going to be an aphrodisiac? Is Jessica Alba kinky that way? I don't know.